Going to show you how to make a gorgeous little lemon cake now. Very, very simple to make. Couple of key ingredients. First off, we're going to start with our dry ingredients. So in goes our flour, our salt, our baking powder, and our baking soda. So those are all our dry ingredients in one bowl. In our second bowl, we are going to get our eggs. Lovely little perfumed lemon cake, this, just really subtle. Not a whole lot of ingredients, not madly complicated, but just really nice and sweet and subtle lemon flavors coming through there. Once you've got your eggs in there, add your sugar. And we're vigorously going to whisk these, and you could use a food processor, but just going to do them by hand until they become nice and light and fluffy. So you'll see that's become nice and light and fluffy. You can see if you move the whisk around, it's actually just leaving a little line on the top of it, which is exactly what you're looking for. Now, to that mixture, we're going to add in our yogurt. Yogurt in cakes, slightly unusual, but it gives it a really nice sort of little subtle taste in the background, and it actually makes it nice and smooth and rich. Just fold that in gently. Also going to add in our lemon zest, which along with the lemons will give it a real nice sort of subtle lemon taste in the background. It's not going to be overpowering, but just nice and subtle to go with that sweetness. So in that goes. So just add in a little bit of our mild and light Don Carlos olive oil. It's specially blended to be sort of really mild and light in flavor. It's not like an extra virgin olive oil, which would be a lot more full-bodied and robust. It really does work especially well in things like this cake. So just blend that together. Now the crucial part of the whole cake is this next step. We're going to combine our dry ingredients with our eggs and sugar and nice lemon and olive oil mixture. Before we do that, so we've got everything ready in advance, a little drizzle of our mild and light olive oil into the cake tin. And just making sure your hands are nice and clean, just smear that around. It's actually got a spring release on the tin, so it should come out along with the olive oil very, very simply. So evenly spread that all around. And now we're basically ready to go. So all we have to do is dry ingredients on top. Now it's very important that you don't use a whisk or overwork it at this stage. You just want to very gently bring that together. All that hard work that we put in whisking those eggs is where all the sort of nice light texture of the cake is going to come from. If you overworked it too much at this stage, you'd end up with a really heavy cake. Now, lovely silky smooth cake mixture with that olive oil and the yogurt in there. All we're going to do now is pour it straight into the middle of our tin. Make sure to scrape away every single last little bit of the mixture because it really is divine. And it should come about sort of a quarter to halfway up your cake tin because it is going to rise, of course, because of that baking soda and baking powder that we put in there. Just gently smooth it around so it's evenly distributed. Then it's just a case of giving it a couple of taps. Onto a tray. We're going to pop it into the oven at about 200 degrees centigrade, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and it should take about 20 minutes to cook. Out it comes. And if you're not sure if your cake's cooked or not, simply take your knife into the very center, and if it comes out clean like that has, your cake is cooked. If it comes out any little bits of dough or little pieces, leave it in there for another bit. It's not quite ready. So let it cool down first. I'm doing this immediately, but then you just pop the spring open. Then it's just a case of lifting that up. And what I've got here is a wire rack. So what we want to do is we want to cool that cake down as quickly as we possibly can. And now it should just be a case of popping your knife in under and gently sliding out the underneath of your tray. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that cool down, and then it's just a case of cutting it into little triangles and serving it up immediately. It's an absolutely gorgeous and refreshing simple lemon cake.